okay with us getting a separate room and were insisting we stay in their suite. Their reasoning was that if we stay in our own room, they won't be able to spend as much time with us. But I'm sure it also has to do with the fact that they don't want us sharing a room. As a compromise, they offered to switch the sleeping arrangements. Me, my boyfriend, and his brother could share the second bedroom, and their grandma would sleep in the common room on the pull-out couch. This ended up leading to a fight between me and my boyfriend because he thinks we should go along with his parents' wishes to make them feel more comfortable. I'm feeling really conflicted. In my gut, I feel very uncomfortable with the amount of control his parents are trying to exert in this situation. Being told I can't share a room with my boyfriend when we sleep at each other's places regularly and have been on vacations together, which his parents are aware of, makes me feel pretty frustrated. But I don't want to disrespect their culture and religious beliefs, and I don't want to create unnecessary drama. Should I just suck it up, get my own hotel room despite his parents wanting everyone to be together, not go to the wedding? Interested to hear people's thoughts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did I submit this story?
The thing that is weird is like they are on the opposite side of the country, staying at each other's places all the time, going on vacations. The parents know. Like at this point, they know. They've been together for 5 years. They're 30 and 28.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they are full-on adults. I do think it's strange. Like these people have been together 5 years. This family is trying to pretend that they have never had sex and that they don't have sex. Just while they're on this trip together, it feels like. And it feels like all of their decisions are like sexually pointed, you know? They're like, no, we don't want you to get a hotel room for you two to do your little sexual getaway. You should be with the family and not have any sexual getaways at all.
It's also not like a family gathering. It's a friend of the family's wedding. So it's not necessarily like, oh, we did this for the family. It's like, no, we all happen to be going.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like the parent. I can understand like all this rhetoric from the parents. I'm like, this is typical parent rhetoric.
Yeah.
Of like, no, like then you don't get to spend as much time with us. Like you're staying in a hotel room down the hallway. Like
Right.
Shit.
And it's like who actually like parties in the hotel room with the family? Like maybe you have like a movie night or something, but that's easily doable.
It's gonna be stressful. It's gonna.
It feels like they want everyone to be under the same roof because so then they can operate under the rules that they have.
Yeah.
But it's like, why doesn't the brother just be honest. If this conservative family doesn't want any coitus occurring while on this trip.
I don't think coitus would be occurring. Like
exactly.
Coitus
what
would
is
be
the
occurring.
like these people.
Coitus occurs. It's a suite. There's separate bedrooms.
I mean, you know, people gonna do what they're gonna do, but like it wouldn't happen. Like it's a family trip.
Right.
Why doesn't the brother just share the pull-out couch with grandma or share the second bedroom with grandma? And then the couple's on the couch, and that's fine.
I thought the logic was going to be the grandma gets the bed because she's grandma. She's
right.
old.
She needs a bed. Yeah. Don't put grandma on the couch.
Pull-out couch can
Grandma on the
suck.
pull-out couch is foul.
That's a little vicious. I was like, don't put grandma on a pull-out couch.
No.
Like, that sucks.
That's worse than a home.
She's not going to get up.
Yeah.
She's falling
pull
down
out
to a
for
pull-out
good.
couch.
You got to fold her
get
into
out.
the couch after she's done.
To rest.
You put her to rest.
I think it's a classic case of like the guy kind of being in the middle of like wanting to respect his family's wishes, but also being like, I want to listen to my girlfriend. And that is arguably a very tough position to be in. I acknowledge that, but there needs to be a certain point when you kind of stand up to your family and say like, hey, I am a full-grown adult. I need to be able to make decisions with my long-term partner. And if what makes both of us comfortable is getting a separate hotel room, like you need to respect that or be able to stay in the same suite under our terms.
I think it is a good red flag here of like, this is how he lets his family control him. Like if he's not going to change that, that's something you got to be prepared for.
Yeah,
if
like
you
this
marry
is
this
one of
guy,
those
have kids with him,
moments.
like his family's going to have
No, like
power.
this is one of those moments where it's like, okay, time to set a precedent.
Yeah.
Of like, all right, no, this is the boundary we have. So like they were already willing and down to have a room, a separate room. And that's like a grown adult way to handle the situation.
Yeah.
And then the compromise is not, no, you still do what we want and still be sharing a room with another person. It's no, we'll get our own hotel room, but we'll make sure to spend every moment with you guys
Yeah.
as a family, because a friend's wedding is not the time to be pressing family values onto a situation.
Yeah.
It's not the family's wedding, it's a friend.
Exactly.
Right, right. And it's like a weird situation of like trying to please everybody, which
Yeah.
is why I think boundaries is a big word. Like you kind of have to learn. There's a way to say no without it being like you.
Right. Several comments here. 4 to 5 nights? Nope, absolutely the not. The lack of privacy would test my sanity. The bigger issue is your boyfriend letting his parents dictate where you sleep and what you can do with your own money based on culture and religion. That's a bright red flag about how your future is going to go with this man. Don't ignore it. Someone responded to that saying, I'm concerned that he's more bothered about his parents being comfortable rather than his own girlfriend.
Yeah.
Someone said, you guys are 28 and 30. That's absurd of them to try to treat you like children. You've also been together for 5 years. They know you've been intimate. It's one thing if they don't want to pay for you and your boyfriend's room because of their beliefs. That would be fine. The problem is them trying to stop you from paying for your own room. That's about trying to control you. I wouldn't allow it. What else will they try to control next? I'd absolutely pay for my own room. Lastly, someone said, 6 people in a 2-bedroom suite sounds horrible. You're 28. They're not your parents. They can't insist on bupkis. If you want your own room, get your own room. Your boyfriend can sleep in your room if he finds a pair and stands up to his parents, or he can sleep in his parents' room with his brother.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fully agree. I'm like, that's an easy all he had to say to his parents was just like, no, we're getting our own room.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, and it's true. I want to acknowledge, like, I understand how that can be difficult to stand up to your parents. I see that it is difficult to advocate, especially growing up like in this religious conservative household. Like if that is the case, I can see where it might be difficult for the first time to step back and be like, hold on, I have to say no.
For sure.
And if they're living across the country from each other, I'm sure it's like he's been probably having his independence. And then when he goes back to his family, maybe it's almost like a trigger where he's like, I have to listen to them because they're my parents.
Or it's one of those things where you see your parents so rarely or not as often that when you do, you're just like, all right, whatever, we'll just do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's not a constant thing.
Yeah.
What if boyfriend hasn't been honest with the family about their intimate life?
Ooh.
Oh.
And so
But she says they're aware that they've gone on vacations together and
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
the
But just saying
thing.
like, oh yeah, we have
Oh, no,
what if-
vacation is coitus.
What if BF has been leading this religious traditional family to believe that they've been operating under the same values, but that's
possible.
not the case. Still, I agree with the comment. It's like it's controlling when it goes beyond like when they were trying to just have their own room and then being like, no, you can't spend your own money.
Yeah.
I also think it's a very like like our parents' generation mindset to just kind of pretend they don't know, or it's like it's
Yeah.
so obvious, but they still try to act like
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
choosing
yeah.
not to perceive something that doesn't serve what
Exactly.
you believe about
Yeah.
them.
There's a way to go about it if it's all under the same like household or roof of like these are what we believe in. But the easy solution she provided, which was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay in my own hotel room. And then they were like, no, you can't do that.
That's where it's a massive problem.
Yeah.
All right, next story.
Dang, no update.
I was like, did it just hit you?
No.
This next story, I believe I submitted. I found this one, and this one's crazy. And I've been
the asshole?
and I've been seeing
a Raja or a bitch.
are a single.
We knew it.
So this post I found, and there's been several posts similar to it. I think it might be a little bit of a trend on Reddit. Just a couple that I've seen.
Okay.
But this one I found, and I was like, gotta send this in.
Okay.
This comes from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for threatening my wife with divorce after she quit her job to be a trad wife?
Oh.
I'm not familiar.
Trad wife is it's on TikTok and stuff. It's traditional wife.
Oh.
So women who are like, oh, I'm a trad wife.
A
like
trad
I'm a
wife.
stay at home. Like I want to
the
just cook. I
home.
keep the home, cook meals for my husband, all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
But it's, yeah, you'll see in
Okay.
this story.
Okay, yeah.
How it's perceived.
Okay.
I don't even know where to begin with this. Me, a 34-year-old man, and my wife, a 33-year-old woman, have 2 kids together, 11 and 9. Me and my wife have been together for 12 years and married for 8. Around a year ago, I noticed my wife increasingly sending me these trad wife or traditional housewife TikToks. I have nothing against the type of relationship, but I don't think it makes sense for our current family situation. I do earn quite a bit more than my wife and enough to sustain our family on my own, but I don't see the need to do so. I work 80% and my wife 50%, and besides Wednesdays when both of us are working, either one of us is always home for the kids. I could work 100% and let my wife be a stay